Hi, it's Film Friday, and I'm your film and TV critic, Scott Birmingham. In case you missed it, here's some movie news. Sylvester Stallone working on Rocky IV. You were all waiting on it, the director's cut. American football star Colin Kaepernick and his production company, Raw Vision Media, will produce movies and TV shows across all of Disney platforms. And Tron 3, starring Jared Leto, is back in development. Taking a look at the best of what's streaming now, on IMDb, fan favorites include Dark, Hamilton, and Breaking Bad. Popular on IMDb TV includes Columbo, Fringe, and Schitt's Creek. A movie coming out on DVD this week, yes, another just a one movie, Beelzebub. This is a horror thriller film. Netflix has The Babysitter's Club, Warrior Nun, and Unsolved Mysteries on their top list. And the movie I'll be talking about this week is...
My dad once said to me, tragedy has a way of defining people. Cripples some people till they curl up into a ball.
Chappaquiddick from 2017, depicting Senator Ted Kennedy's involvement in the fatal 1969 car accident that claimed the life of a young campaign strategist, Mary Jo Kopechne. I went in knowing only a few fragmented things about the event. It's hard to know what really happened, though, since the late Senator Kennedy was the only one there to tell it. All the jail time he would have faced, the judge said, would do no good, as he had suffered enough. Kennedy broadcasted a summary of events, if you will, without allowing any questions being asked. Basically, here's my story. Believe it or not, and do what you will with it. It's an interesting story. If you have an issue with it, that is on you. I thought the story was told as effectively as it could be. Check it out. And a quick shout out to Chet Hutch's Oil. They watch us every morning and they miss Film Friday. Next week, more news and review. And just a reminder, did you realize that this is the year 45th anniversary Jaws?
Of Jaws?
No kidding. Yeah, that came out in summer of '75.
Wow. I was all of
That
would age me, but yes, that was a while back. It still holds up though, you know? For a 45-year-old film, it does pretty good.
kind of like us, Scotty, in all ways. John Williams soundtrack. That music was amazing. I was so scared after seeing that. I was afraid to swim in my own swimming pool because I thought the drain had a shark underneath. It would come up and get me.
Well, you know, when you look back at all the documentaries that are done on Jaws and all the discussions and all the mishaps and things that were not planned, it really worked in his favor of building up the tension and not seeing the shark outright. It was a great build-up and still one of the best films around.
That was the gift Spielberg had.
I have not watched that movie since I was like 7 years old. I'm sure I would have like newfound appreciation for it now.
It's still great.
Still a good movie.
The Chappaquiddick thing's interesting too. I saw that, and that was kind of before my time as a little kid when that happened, and in Massachusetts where it happened. And it really derailed Ted Kennedy's political ambitions. As we know, he ran for the Democratic nomination in '80, he didn't win. The incumbent Carter got it, but he could have been president maybe if that hadn't had happened and plagued him his whole career,
well,
Scotty.
you know, and the way that the timing of it being on the cusp of both of his brothers having passed away, the guy was in an emotional wreck. And then a father who showed some very interesting ways of expressing love or lack thereof. So, you know, he had all that against him. It was an interesting time, to say the least.
Rose Kennedy always stood by his side, though, okay? You got to give her that.
Yeah.
Let's talk politics for the next hour, shall we? We'll have to do it off camera, though, Scotty.
Well, I've been singing Hamilton show tunes this week, and this is what Scotty and I were just talking about. The King in Hamilton is also the main FBI agent in Mindhunters.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
How is it? Is it really good?
I love it, and I know Scotty and I kind of have opposing views in it because it was meant for theater. It should be seen in the theater, and we were just talking about how the music would hit you differently. But, you know, like, when is the next time we're going to be able to
Well,
actually
I feel that
go to
a
the
theater, going
point.
inside an actual play, musical theater, whatever,
Yeah.
is just a different feel altogether. The sound is different. The
Yeah.
whole theater resonates very differently than watching it on a screen, which it's just not the same feel. It just
Yeah.
isn't. I don't care what you say. You can like the songs, you
Yeah.
can like everything about it, but going there to physically see it in a seat in a small theater like that, you know, the songs resonate differently.
So
Yeah.
true.
It's just it's day and night in my
Yeah,
opinion.
and that's a fair point. I totally agree with you.
And I think if you're going to make a film at it, take it out of the theater altogether. Go to where it was shot or build up a whole different set. So, you know, it's a whole different meaning.
You're
All
gonna
right,
need-
until next Friday.